Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review.
We are back with Karate Kid Part 2 on Dead Man Party. We are exploring the Karate Kid trilogy. My name is Oshima. I introduce Dead Man Party host Alex.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, thanks for introducing me, Yoshiyoma, or whatever your name was. I'm just hanging out with Yukie. We're hitting up all the cool 50s diners or whatever. I think she's good to go. So, yeah, why don't you get to these other guys?
Very good. Now I'd like to introduce Chris.
Oh, thank you. How you?
Hi, very good, Chris.
Hmm?
I like introduce now Ghoul.
You have a beautiful voice. Like geisha.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you too. Now get the fuck out of my studio. Alright, thanks, pal. Alright, here we are, guys. It is Dead Man's Party, and we are reviewing Karate Kid Part 2, 1986. Hard to believe that Jason Lives came out this year, right?
Oh my god.
Saw this in the theater.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yep. 10 years old.
Daniel accompanies his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, to Miyagi's childhood home in Okinawa. Miyagi visits his dying father and confronts an old rival, while Daniel falls in love and inadvertently makes a new rival of his own, who becomes a total dork when he gets older.
Oh god, don't even remind me of that shit.
Director, John G. Avildsen. They've started filming this movie 10 days after Karate Kid was in theaters.
Yeah,
Are you serious? I didn't know that. Oh my god.
That first movie, took the fucking world by storm, apparently.
So, the opening in this movie, in the parking lot, was that filmed originally for the first movie, or did they film this specifically for Part 2? Because I've read both.
Specifically, it's filmed as... Yeah, I've read both, but I guess I would say filmed specifically, but apparently it's in the book for the first one, at the end or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So, it was, something it was there.
Well, I do know that, or I think you guys... One of you guys told me, I think, it was the decision of Pat Morita, the director and the editor, to land...
Don't ever say the word Pat on this show again, please.
Mr. Miyagi.
The ghoul under your...
Bed.
Chopsticks.
The ghoul under your gi.
Yeah. They all decided to land the final shot of Karate Kid on Miyagi.
Yeah, Miyagi.
Oh, right.
We gotta keep that big going.
Miyagi.
Yeah, for another movie after this, and we just started this one. Well, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, writer Robert Mark Kamen, starring Someone Morita as Mr. Miyagi, Ralph Macchio as Danielson, Pat E. Johnson as referee. Oh, God. I have to hear about the people at the friggin' beginning of the movie, too.
I think they do it in order.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. The bystander. Yeah, Eddie Smith, guys. I know you're all dying to hear about that. Can we get to, the other people? Where are we?
What's the main actress's name?
Her name is Tamlin Tomita.
Oh, okay.
And she actually came back for Cobra Kai.
I'd love to eat her egg foo young.
You have Yuji Okamoto as Chosen, Danny, oddly enough, Kamikonia as Sato.
His name is Danny? Like D-A-N-N-Y?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I guess I'll say it. Martin Cove as John Carice. What's his name? Zabka?
William Zabka.
He was in this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say her name all the people from part one, but yeah, you guys get the idea.
Yeah, you're really sick, man.
Now who's the loser?
How do you feel about how this starts?
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I love how... not even jumping to that, I love the whole opening montage of how they show the events from part one, because I love it when movies do that. Like if a movie is going to start basically immediately after the predecessor ends, like Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Friday 2, Friday 3, Friday 4. I love it how they show the events.
Halloween 2.
Halloween 2.
What? That's it, though. I'm done. Good. I'm glad it's out. No, seriously, if you mention one more thing, I'm going to cave your chest in.
Cave your chest in. It's literally my first fucking note.
Thank God. I love you. Good.
Did you really have that written down? Oh, my God.
That's amazing. See, that's a real one. Somebody actually criticized us the other day.
Who? What?
No. They were kind of right. They said that in No Holds Barred, you guys went cheap, I guess, and did some weird one. And they said you could have said when Hogan's brother was in a wheelchair like Laurie in Halloween 2.
Who said that?
Oh, I don't know, a YouTube commenter.
Yeah, well, so I guess, yeah, we were a little out of line.
Okay. Well,
You did insult him a little bit.
A little bit.
You did? Just a little bit. I didn't insult. Okay.
but anyway, no, I love the opening of this movie in the parking lot. That is fucking awesome. Although Dutch is not with them.
No, he's not.
Ooh, he was already refusing to come back.
Yeah, so that's what leads me to believe that they didn't actually film this when they filmed part one.
Oh, because he would have been there.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't he have been? Yeah. There's a guy in the background standing on the other side of the car that has blonde hair and a hat on like I do, and it's kind of pulled down low.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to like dummy it up to where that's supposed to be Dutch.
Yeah.
Because at one point he turns his back after Kreese like starts choking Johnny. I think the guy turns his back, and I think you're supposed to think it's Dutch, but it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something to look out for.
Yep. Other than that, I love this opening though.
Do you? Because although I'm not saying it's a big deal to me, I always feel it's a little awkward. Like, I don't see this happening. It's almost like hand-fisted. Like
they're shoving it down your throat.
But what's the point of hand-fisting that, right? Like, who really cares if Kreese...
I see what you're saying, because they don't even figure into this movie at all. So what's
yeah.
So it's almost like, what's the point of doing that? I still like it, but I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I was gonna say in your point, Chris, I agree, but it's also, I think maybe it's like the director or people who made this way of like bringing you in back from the energy of the first one, because then this one takes a completely different like change.
I guess it was because they were setting up the honk.
That okay, can we talk about that for a half hour? Okay, wait, first let's get to the part where this guy, and listen, as a kid, when Kreese is punching through these windows on the sides of these cars, it's fascinating as a child. Like, I remember watching this and it was like, oh my god, wow. But now when you watch it, you're almost like, what is he, an idiot? Like,
yeah, and like he's just standing like this. Jab straight for. It's like completely different from what you would think he would actually, like the way he would throw a punch.
It's all out of character. The whole goddamn thing is written by people who never saw part one or just didn't care, and they were like, I don't care, we have to move this is what we have to do to move this along. I don't care if they would do it or not.
He fucking backhands Tommy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, let him go. Mr. Miyagi's right.
Let him go. Boom.
Is that what he said? Miyagi's right?
Miyagi's right. Let him go. That's what he says. Yeah.
He's right about what? What did Miyagi say? Let him go at that moment?
Because Miyagi shows up and goes, "Oi, let him go." Yeah, Miyagi's right. Let him go. Boom.
Hey, wouldn't this scene have been way better though, honestly? Because now we could think of Cobra Kai. Wouldn't it have been way better if, like, after that, the events of this, they went to the side and Johnny came over and said, thanks, man, and gave, like, Daniel, like, that handshake kind of thing and patted each other's backs and looked over at Kreese? Like, wouldn't that have been kind of a cool moment?
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, he did, because it wouldn't be totally out of line, because he does do the "You're all right, LaRusso" at the end, and he's the one who hands him the trophy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's Daniel's way of, like, saying, you're good with me, and I'm...
Beef is squashed, yeah.
I just love it when Miyagi goes, let him go. And Kreese says, Beat it, Slope, or you're next.
Oh man,
And we can say that because it's in the movie.
it's in the movie. It's a quote.
I can't believe he says that.
Beat
What
it,
is
Slope.
what is a slope? Is he trying to say that Japanese people's heads are like shaped differently? Like, what's the origin of slope?
Okay, so Urban Dictionary says a derogatory term / slur used for the purpose of describing a Vietnamese / Asian person, describing the slope of their eyes. There you go.
There we go.
Wow, Kreese is such a nice guy. He says it right to Miyagi's
Well,
face.
his Vietnam background from Cobra Kai now makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Or was it Vietnam or was it Korea?
Rambo 2.
That's right. He's in this.
Fuck yeah, dudes. Yep.
That's right.
1 year before this.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, a year before this. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe someday we'll review Rambo, right, Alex?
I thought we already did.
Nope.
I don't know what you're talking about. We did it in May, dude. Yeah, so this whole thing where Miyagi like does the honk, like, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of those types of things.
It's a fucking groaner.
It is. It was cool back when I was a kid, but when I watch it now, it's like, okay.
It's even worse when Daniel does it at the end.
They're just showing you though Miyagi has a heart. That Miyagi could have, broke his fucking face, but he didn't. So he honks his nose.
Daniel doing it though is really
It's tough.
out of place.
I know. I just love how Kreese grabs the trophy, smashes it, and goes,
Oh, man.
now who's the loser?
You're off the team.
You're really sick, man.
Yeah, listen, we could go on about this for another hour and probably dissect every word of this, but
I love the scene except for the honk in the nose part. Other
do you
than that,
really?
yes,
You don't mind the out of character crap?
Nope. I love it.
Okay.
Agree.
Of course you do, Ghoul. You're the defender, man. We gotta start calling him he is the apologist for everything, and he makes me look like such a bad guy.
The defender.
Yeah, I wrote down 2 of the most unnatural punches through car windows.
So bizarre the way he punches, yeah.
So how do you feel about the way they totally trash Allie's character in this movie?
It's funny because, again, I'm obviously reading on fucking the internet, who knows if it's true, but she refused to come back because she claimed she had a bad time on the set of the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right, and she was at Harvard at the time too, so she had already gone back to school. So it makes you wonder, they trash her character because they were like kind of like as a fuck you to her, like the actress.
Yeah. And you gotta remember that what's his name was willing to do it. Ralph Macchio wasn't like, no, I don't think we should do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So I love how Miyagi can't even like be a normal person for 5 seconds and accept a gift from Daniel where he frames his goddamn purple hearts or whatever that was. Like,
this is Medal of Valor or something like that.
He couldn't be a normal guy for 5 minutes. Like, every time Daniel confronts him with something, you always wonder what weird thing Miyagi's gonna come back with. It could never be normal, right?
He finds him and he's sitting doing the fucking fly catching thing. I was like, does this guy do this every day?
No, I got on my notes. That fucking fly is still hanging around right there in the same spot.
Yeah.
Just like throwing Miyagi a bone, like, just please catch me, finally.
Yeah, you can only get
but they set up the time in this movie because Daniel comes back when he shows up at Miyagi's. He's coming back from the dance, right? The prom or some kind of dance.
Yeah, it says 6 months later.
Okay. Oh, does it say that actually?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's got to be May or June, because the first one takes place in December. At least the tournament does. Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's the same school year. Wow.
Yeah, it's the end of the school year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She falls in love with some football player from UCLA. That's what he says.
Which they then rectify in Cobra Kai.
Did they?
Yeah, about the guy and her wrecking the car.
I mean, I remember that scene, but I don't remember them saying anything about the football player.
Yeah, they claim he was just someone from the college she was going to, and he was just a friend, and Daniel overreacted, and that the brakes had been going, and she had been telling Daniel, but he kept ignoring her, and then she ended up being the one driving while it crashed.
Wow. So Daniel's the douche.
That's what I love about Cobra Kai is they do make it. You realize Daniel's kind of
those
a fucking moron.
creators, they fucking went. They dug the depths.
To
tie up loose ends. Yeah.
You don't have to twist my arm. I already thought he was.
I agree.
So Miyagi gets a letter about his dying dad.
Certified letter for Mr. Miyagi? That's what he says.
Yeah, Dale's like, excuse me, it's
Miyagi. From Okinawa. And Miyagi goes, Okinawa?
Yeah, like the mailman gives a rat's ass how to pronounce this guy's name.
But then he's even...
You'd think he'd know how to say his goddamn name if he'd been his mailman for more than like a week.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like, wow, look at this backyard. Like, you never delivered anything to his house yet till today's your first day?
Comment about how nice the place is.
Right.
Like, it is fucking first day.
Yep. So let's dig into this mailman's backstory real quick.
Who just did that? That was you, Ghoul?
Oh, that burp? Yeah, that was me.
Are you learning to talk through your burps, too?
I've been able to.
Oh, my God. I thought I invented that during dinner one night.
God, what's that from?
Sure.
Rocky.
God damn it.
I invented that.
Well, it makes sense because I burped, right? So it works. It works for me. So wait. Are you gonna do the thing that you should be saying? Are you gonna challenge the idea that wait a minute, didn't we have a whole major scene about Miyagi and his family and this woman who died giving birth, and suddenly the next movie we're talking about his long lost love,
His soulmate. From Japan,
Yeah, I always forget that he has had a family, technically, that passed away.
That's so funny you said that, because when I was watching this movie a couple nights ago, I didn't even think about that one time. The part from part one where he talks about his wife and nope. I was just like, well, he left Okinawa and he left this bitch and he just came to America.
The movie makes this one makes you think that, like, it was almost like they were like retconning it.
Wow. Yeah, they did a great job.
Chris already said he hardly knew what happened in the first movie. He said it didn't mean a single thing to him before or after the movie. Before or after that scene. Yeah.
Are they setting up that Miyagi is like a total pussy though? Because basically Sato threatened to kick his ass. And so he left his home country and left the woman he's in love with because some guy said he was going to beat him up.
And yet in Cobra Kai, he's some badass who killed somebody.
Right.
When did they reveal that he killed somebody?
Season, either the beginning of 6 or the end of 5.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched 6 yet, that's why.
Okay, so yeah, we're just retconning. Like we're gonna forget that the most important and Jaws type scene from part 1 never even happened. Or you can argue, yes it did, idiot. He just had he left Nomi Cow and went to America or whatever, and then this
changes every time.
Every time I say her name, it's some other 3 syllables.
Nuksu Cow.
No, Nuksu Cow.
Yeah, like he just hooked up with another chick after that failed.
Yeah, right.
And then that one died. Right. So it might not be retconned. We don't know. Who cares? So
it is just weird though that like he's so infatuated with her and she didn't even end up with either of them. She ended up with nobody. And then that is obviously jumping forward. But then she even, when he's basically ran out of town again, she's like, take me with you. It's like, well, where the fuck were you doing that back then? Like,
why didn't you just take her then? Idiot?
Yeah, right.
Why would you have left a chick? What does she have to do there?
Yeah.
Hang out in the friggin' fields or whatever?
There wasn't much back there.
What's there to do there?
Chicken rice.
Fish. It's a fishing village, yeah.
And, she skins the fish with a knife for the guys. So, Miyagi is more important than college. Apparently, Daniel blows his college fund on a plane ticket.
Which is, what does he say? It's like $5,000 or $6,000 or something. Like, dude, imagine that. That was college tuition back then. That's fucking crazy.
Did they really say the price of the plane ticket?
I feel like I might be making that up in my... Oh, no, you're right. I'm confusing it. The amount of money they win at the ice block thing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
No, that was 600. I thought.
I thought he said like 6,000 because then he's like college too. I don't know. I'm probably
I hope I wrote that down. Let me see.
I was gonna say it's probably 600 because back then that was considered a lot of money. Chosen bets 600.
Miyagi says I have $600. He goes, I can't cover that. I thought, I don't know, 6,000. That would jump out to me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm probably mixing it up.
And besides, would you have that much faith in Daniel?
I don't know about that.
He barely won that tournament.
Dude, him doing that is like me doing that.
How fucking annoying is Daniel on that plane ride when they're going to Okinawa? Miyagi's just trying to fucking sleep, and Daniel's reading a book, and he asks Miyagi like 25 fucking questions.
Dude.
At some point, Miyagi be like, would you shut the fuck up and just let me sleep?
You know the biggest U.S. air base in the Pacific is on Okinawa? What's the name of your village again?
Tommy Village.
I can't find it.
Find Naha,
Yeah, I know where Naha is.
go south along sea. Find Tommy Village.
Keep running into the air base.
Daniel-san, you look again morning. Maybe Tommy Village be there. Get some sleep.
Mr. Miyagi?
Huh?
Was Sato as good as you in karate?
I have same teacher.
Your father? He taught both of you?
All right.
I thought you said your family's karate was only taught from father to son.
Miyagi as father make exception this case.
If you fought Sato, you think your father would have been referee?
No referee.
How do you know who wins?
The one who did doesn't.
There's another scene where I'm going to say that. It's when they're like walking the village.
Oh, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking
Oh my
about.
God. I'd be like, dude, were you writing a fucking book?
Well, it's yeah, they're like trying to make Daniel seem like he's like so intrigued by this like whole
And
place.
inquisitive,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
The plane ride is just absurd, though. It's question after fucking question.
we should. Oh, if I was. Maybe I'll go through this. Okay, I'll do the plane ride, and when I'm talking, I'm gonna edit this and just do question after question after question after question, and be like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Does he ever shut the fuck up?
Like fucking Macaulay Culkin and Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
nonsense after nonsense. Like what is this point? What is the point of this?
What's your record for consecutive questions?
37 or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, like especially back then when you had no other form of entertainment on airplanes, like yeah, it was
Oh yeah, you just have
fucking
to talk to the guy next to you.
Oh, gross.
Can you imagine this?
Ugh.
Oh, dude, I remember being on planes back then, just listening to my fucking Sony cassette Walkman the whole time.
Oh man,
Yeah, like Macaulay Culkin did when the French guy was talking to him.
I would never
Yeah.
have survived the last
Oh, it
couple
was
of.
brutal.
Ugh.
We flew from St. Louis to fucking Orlando, and I thought I was gonna kill myself.
Ugh.
It's like planes, trains, and automobiles. So what do you do for a living, Neil Page? Marketing.
Super. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I sell shower curtain. Ah, that's great. Listen, I'm trying to read this article. A friend of mine wrote it, so yeah, that's exactly.
Don't let me get in your way. Don't let me get in your way.
The last thing I want to be known as is annoying blabbermouth. Well, that's the first thing Daniel wants to be known as.
You know, I kept looking through my book. I still can't find your village on the map. How are we gonna find it?
Last taxi.
Hey, Mr. Miyagi, isn't that him?
Hey,
Hey, can you break a log like that?
don't know. Never been attacked by tree.
So Chosen totally kidnaps these guys 5 seconds into land.
I love his look, how he's got the fucking diamond earring, the gold necklaces. Like, they're really setting him up to be like this fucking sleazeball, basically, just from his appearance.
His laugh too.
Spiky
Fucking-
hair,
that little like
his
giggle.
smirk, yeah.
Yeah. He's
His
like,
giggle,
ah, every time.
The handshake where like every ripple in his forearm is bursting
Showing
out.
you his forearms. Yeah.
Yeah, it is great. I'm gonna give him this much credit. I'll tell you the truth. As a kid, Chosen terrified the fuck.
He's a fucking
Terrifying.
psychopath. Him
Yes.
and I have one of my notes. Sato and Chosen are fucking psychotic.
The both of them. Yeah,
Both
that's
the
true.
dude, like, yeah,
Sato's
there's-
like one. He's like, you set him in motion, he will not stop.
they both have
Sato?
scenes later on. Chosen's uncle.
Sato?
Sato, my bad.
What'd you call him?
I call him Sato. Yeah, I'm so white. But they both have different instances where they go to Miyagi's farm and they call his name out off screen, and it sounds like a fucking. He's like Miyagi. It sounds terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was as terrifying as Antonio Pappas.
Oh.
Sato and Antonio Pappas,
Antonio
dude. They're the
Pappas.
most two terrifying characters in movies.
Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah, Chris was like, Antonio?
Antonio Pappas?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take a sip for that one.
Look at this guy straight out of the fucking bottle, dude.
Unreal.
I'm already. How many minutes are we in? I'm already.
Dude, I was bad last week when we fucking did that commentary. I finished the fucking whole bottle.
You did?
When you guys did Total Recall, you drank a whole bottle?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Probably not, maybe not during the recording, but I drank a good number of it during the recording. Throughout the rest of the night, I kept
Yeah.
going.
Wow.
Sorry
But
to
then
sidetrack.
they get to Japan and Miyagi go and see his father.
No, wait, you're skipping when they brought him to the warehouse.
Oh,
Or do you, it's not that big of a deal.
God damn, what was I gonna say? Not warehouse. What's the fucking thing that always comes up in our movies?
Like warehouse, foundries, refineries.
Foundry,
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
exactly.
It's
yeah.
like it's not a foundry, but it's still a kind of fucking big.
a generic,
It's like exactly
a generic action movie setting.
Right.
Oh, I bet
for
this-
no fucking reason, they take him to this warehouse just so Chosen can speak to him for like what 10 seconds, 20 seconds.
No, Sato. So
Sato.
He's like, so coward, you return. Everything's coward.
He's like, yeah, he's like a fucking like Mortal Kombat character. Like, just everything.
Well, it's funny you say that because Chosen
Sato
dresses
wins.
up.
Look, yeah, I have that as a note at the end.
What Sato wins?
No, he dresses up.
Like Scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's identical.
It is, yeah. He's got the yellow
Right.
and black gi or vest.
He must have been a fan of the game.
Well, was it even out at this point?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Fuck no.
Combat was a '90s thing, right?
Yes.
Oh well, then they stole it from him, just like they stole Johnny Cage.
Oh, I mean,
From Joey Cage.
Joey Cage.
Right? Joey Cage was Van Damme.
Right.
Joey Cage was definitely Van Damme.
Yeah. So this whole thing, this coward, like you hear this 50 times, right? This word coward.
All the time. Coward and honor.
Yeah.
Thrown around a million times.
So you hear coward a million times. What are we as viewers supposed to make of this? Is there ever a moment where, as a kid, was I thinking like, wow, that's weird, Miyagi's a coward? Like, you build him up as some wise old man and all this stuff, and he could like, oh, like that, and rub his hands and cure your legs or whatever, and all this stuff, and suddenly I'm watching him be called a coward every 5 seconds, and does he do anything to change my mind?
This thought just popped into my head. Do you know what the Sato and Miyagi remind me of Shredder and fucking Splinter? That's like the type of fucking dynamic I feel like they had.
Wow.
Like, if that makes sense. I know Chris isn't a big TMNT guy.
He's not into it, but yeah, dude, you're right.
That's like the vibe I get from there. Like, they're just gonna shit talk each other for no, or like Splinter's always gonna and Miyagi are always gonna be the upper hand. Like, they're never really say anything bad about him, but they just talk about how much of a bad guy he is. And then Sato and Shredder are always gonna be like, you're a pussy, like, fuck you.
Who's Sato?
Did I fuck it up again?
It's every time you say it, dude. You keep
I said
saying
it correct
Sato.
the first. I know
It's Sato.
Sato.
You keep saying Sato.
Sato, whatever.
It's not Sato.
I should be saying it correctly, especially
Miyagi.
a movie with.
Yeah, he corrects me with Miyagi.
I'm doing it. No, I'm doing that as the bit. I thought we said we were doing the Miyagi thing as the bit to keep that going.
No, I'm talking about Sato.
No, yeah, I'm just a fucking retard.
No, you're just fucking it up.
Yeah, I'm just incorrect.
I meant to do Miyagi just because they did it.
Another one. I'll have a sip every time I fucking do it.
Yeah, every time Ghoul says Sato, we gotta take a drink.
And so do the listeners.
Don't do hard liquor, drink beer, guys.
Yeah, whenever you guys hear this, every time I fuck it up, you have to take a drink.
Yeah, Joey Cage is like, I'm right on board, dude. Let's go. Let's rock. He works from home. He don't give a flying fuck.
And I should know, I just rewatched this an hour ago. It's Sato. Sato. Okay.
Sato. You said it again. You're amazing.
It's the East Coast, the fucking...
He just watched it
all the time. I know, dude.
What are you gonna do?
Find taxi.
No, about Sato.
Nothing.
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 All this because you had to go and tell everybody you were gonna marry Yukie? Why didn't you just marry her and move to Alaska?
Daniel-san, nobody perfect.
So the drum is the secret of the Miyagi family karate.
The secret of Miyagi's family karate is a fucking baby rattle.
Wait, is that...
Give me a break.
Is that the thing... Now, are they establishing that in this movie, or is that the secret thing they talk about in Cobra Kai, the final season?
Did you watch this fucking movie?
No, I didn't know if that was...
I watched it 2 hours ago.
No, I'm just saying... No.
He says in this scene, secret of Miyagi family karate.
Oh, I didn't realize he said fucking secret. I thought, no, because I know they have that like secret scroll or whatever in one of the towards the final season of the thing. I didn't know if that ended up being the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they were teasing it in ¡86 for season 5 of Cobra Kai in 2023.
I completely missed that he said secret. That's my fault.
Ghoul has a long-term memory, dude.
I need to start just watching things with subtitles on, apparently.
No, you're good, dude. So Miyagi, oh yeah, here it is. So Miyagi and Daniel walk through the village, and this motherfucker doesn't shut the fuck up ever. Daniel asks him about 14 questions, and every time I expect Miyagi to say, Daniel-san, shut up! But he never says it.
God, this looks like the town that time forgot.
Yeah. I think we went to school together. I would introduce you, but I forget name.
How come if this is a fishing village, I don't see anybody fishing?
Yukie-san told me last night, after war, Sato father bring him big commercial fishing boat. Inside 2 years, all fish gone. All small boat gone.
That's a shrine, right?
Aye, Shinto shrine.
Boy, it must have been tough times with all the fish gone, huh?
Very tough. Most people leave village for city, look for work. My father, some others, invent whole new economy. Go into vegetable business, save what was left of village.
So what, so everyone owns their own little farm?
Nah, Sato own, village rent.
A bone dance, a bone dance. It's for the festival in honor of the dead, right?
Very good, Daniel-san.
Yeah, I remember reading about it last night. What is that, a pillbox? Probably left over from World War II.
Aye.
Boy, it must have been terrible here. 15,000 Americans killed in like 10 days.
Yeah, and 150,000 Okinawan and Japanese.
But it's like, holy
dude,
shit.
like Miyagi hasn't had a fucking person to talk to in fucking 40 years, apparently. Also, this is kind of backtracking, but how the fuck is Miyagi's dad still alive? Miyagi's like fucking 50. His dad has to be like fucking 90. Like,
well, not everyone's parents were 65 when they had kids like your parents were.
They were
right?
40.
Okay.
When they had me.
Because Pat Morita, who played Miyagi, obviously.
What did you just say?
Oh, shit, I said it.
You fucked up.
He was only like 54 when
I was
he
gonna
filmed
say
this.
I'm sure he was
So-
young, but yeah.
From that perspective, his father could have legit been like 75.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah. It was just his dad looks very old.
Well, yeah, because Miyagi looks 75 years old in
Yeah,
this movie.
it's just like jarring to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Rats.
Sorry, I had to get that in there.
And why does Daniel all of a sudden in this movie, when he walks, do you notice this? He walks like he's slumped forward.
He's
and
got, like-
walks on the balls of his feet.
Yeah, he does that a couple times in the first movie, but this one,
Does he? Oh, it really jumps out at me in this one and part 3.
Yes, I was gonna say if you ever, it's like the way he walks away in the soccer scene in the first one. That's like his main form of walking in these.
Okay.
Last, yeah.
What does he bounce? Does he have a bounce to his walk?
Yeah, it's so
I didn't
good.
notice that in part 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
I could remember that, but I'll fucking fuck up a character's name that I watched 2 hours ago.
Yeah. You remember the balls of his feet, but not a fucking name.
Because that's also the scene that Dutch does the face when he's walking away.
Oh yeah, like,
Yeah, that's funny. That's why I remember that.
So we asked this question in the first review, which we wondered if Daniel ever mentions his father in all 3 movies.
Thank you. Okay. Yep.
Did that jump out at both of you because we
I
said
remember-
that?
Yeah, I remember we talked that he didn't, and then this one, that's one of my notes. I was like, oh, so we finally
Wow.
did. Yeah.
You're right.
So his father died, and Daniel wonders if he did enough of this or did enough of that. But I think he got to say goodbye.
So as far as Miyagi's father, they get to the scene where Miyagi's father is laying there dying, and Miyagi shows up, and Sato is there,
The fuck up.
and
I'm
Miyagi,
gonna call him Shredder.
Miyagi's dad grabs both of their hands and clasps them together over his chest as he's dying, and then he dies like instantly after he puts their hands together and then just dies.
It's like fucking Yoda.
Right, exactly. Just like instant death. But I will say, after that scene, when it shows Miyagi sitting by the water and Daniel goes out to him, and Daniel's like, I wasn't a great son. I wish I could have spent more time with him. And he says, I realized I did the greatest thing for him before he died. I was there with him. I held his hand and I said goodbye. Like that honestly gets me every time I watch this movie. I have no children, so I can't even relate to that bond. But I think
I was gonna say, I thought I was the surrogate child.
I thought he was like the Arnold Schwarzenegger maid kid.
I wish I would beat your ass.
I'd fight back. I'd lose, but I'd fight.
But seriously, I think that's a great fucking scene, man. Like the music that's playing behind them, and Daniel puts his arm around him, and they cut to a shot from behind both of them, and you could see the sunset in front of them, and it's a really cool shot.
And you could tell that Daniel's jerking him off here.
Yep, you just ruined it.
Hey, can I get a take where I ruin it too?
Yep, go ahead.
No.
May as well. 3 for 3.
I'll just shout Sato. On a serious note, though, I do gotta say, that shot is very cool of them looking at that from behind.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, the Okinawa stuff was cool. They filmed this in fucking Hawaii.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
I was convinced. Great, I've never been to fucking Japan.
Miyagi, they get on this thing where, you pull, I don't know. Listen, I'm not a fisherman. I don't know what the swinging hook is.
I don't know what this thing is.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with that hook.
It's like something on a fucking Final Destination.
Yeah, what it's used for,
It's just
why this
there.
was invented. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. But so Miyagi lets Daniel use the swinging drum technique to avoid the hook. Like, are you insane?
There's the scene right there.
Oh,
Are
right
we
behind
at
the
it?
ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at the Taster's Choice moment. We're right on track.
Wow.
So this review will be what, an hour and 36 minutes?
I think the movie's like 153, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, these are long fucking movies.
Let me say this, because I don't know if I have this in my notes. I talked to Chris about this while I was reviewing this. While I was watching this.
Yep.
I'm reviewing it now.
Mm-hmm.
My big talking point about this movie. This movie was filmed and edited in long form. And what I said to Chris was, this is the opposite of Rocky IV.
What? I'm a complete. What do you mean by long form?
They let every single scene and moment play out to its complete form.
Like Rocky IV is basically like one giant clip / montage.
Yeah.
And this is the total opposite of that.
Like everything gets to breathe and you get to live it. Mm-hmm. And there is no editing in this movie in the sense that kids aren't gonna have an attention span. Let's get to this. Let's get to that. Like, they don't say that at all in the editing room.
Yeah, you're saying the extended cut would be like 1 minute longer?
Yeah. There's one thing. He pulled one more plan out and threw it through his window.
He asked 5 more questions.
Oh, I do remember you talking about that in the text. Okay, yeah, I did get absolutely, yeah. There are definitely some things that's like, oh yeah, it's like, why is the camera still going here?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's plenty of situations here where you're like, wait a minute, why am I seeing Daniel wake up, open a door, walk out here? Like, there are so many moments of walking and just getting to one building and walking to the next building or walking through here or getting on a plane, getting off of, like, they let everything breathe.
Yeah.
Now, Chris thought I might be saying that in a derogatory way.
I did.
But I feel like in this movie, it's almost necessary.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I agree, yes.
A like slam cut edit thing of this movie would not.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the reason is because it's not in America.
Oh yeah, right.
I think that in this movie, because it's Okinawa, they wanted to slow it down to a walk, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. No, it really is. Yes, you're right.
And obviously, I don't think any of us think it's to its detriment.
No, because I've been watching this movie for almost 40 fucking years, and every time I watch it, at no point do I feel like, oh, come on, let's go. No, I really don't feel. Yeah, I don't feel that way.
Well, I guess I don't know if this really ties into that, but now that I think about it, I feel like we spend a lot of time with Miyagi in this one. And I almost kind of think sometimes that this is more Miyagi's movie than it is Daniel's.
I agree 1,000%. I mean, to a certain extent, yes.
But I think the setting the scene of Miyagi where he came from is these things like 100% make that
right,
like feed into it.
Clearly,
right.
Yeah. No, yeah. First movie was Daniel. Clearly, this is clearly his teacher's movie.
Yeah, but why do they call it the Karate Kid? Shouldn't it be the Karate Man?
It would be called the Karate Teacher.
Yeah, the Karate Teacher.
So yeah, for some dumb reason, Miyagi lets him do this swinging murderous hook thing.
He's fucking hitting the pendulum.
Why would you let him do that? And then Daniel goes and does it one step further and pulls it on his own with no permission and almost gets murdered.
Yeah, he almost gets
even though he knows it's coming towards him, he almost gets impaled by it.
Ugh.
Like if that thing just went through him and you saw it swing him up to that board and he was just and his head fell.
They get like super technical with it. The rest of the movie is Miyagi trying to like explain how this American boy got killed in fucking Japan. He has to get his body back.
The cops think he was murdered.
Yeah, he has to get his body back to fucking New Jersey or what's it called, California.
And the whole thing is he has to be buried in New Jersey
because of honor.
It's his honor. His mother. Yeah, all that. Yeah. Oh, hey, was his mom in this movie? No, right?
Nope.
Oh, thank God. I knew I liked it a little bit more.
Show up again until like her one episode appearance in Cobra Kai.
Really? She's not in 3?
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
Did she refuse to, or it was just Allie and Dutch?
I was gonna say, well, no, probably not. If she came back for Cobra Kai.
Nah. Well, so did Allie.
Everyone came back from Cobra Kai.
That's true. Yeah.
Kai.
I was gonna say wounds heal, paychecks
money
increase.
talks.
Yeah.
So Daniel discovers that like Chosen's weights.
Right here.
Are we at that scene right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. God, I'm good. Okay, so do you both realize this scene is totally effed up and it's completely backwards?
How so? The weights?
Oh yeah, it's backwards. These idiots who made the movie don't even realize what they did.
Yeah, what do you mean?
To cheat the villagers who are picking all these things and getting paid for them and this and that, you wouldn't lighten the weight, because then they'd be getting paid more. You would make the weights heavier than they should be, and that way they get paid less. So if you said, oh, this is 3 pounds, you only get this much money, and it's really 6 pounds, you're paying them half the price. But if you make the weights lighter, you're adding more pounds to it to pay them. It's totally fucked up and backwards.
Never thought of that.
Wow.
Dude, I realized this like 10 years ago.
No shit.
And I was like, wait a minute, this is wrong. You're paying them based on the weight of the food.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why would you make it lighter?
Interesting.
They're assholes. Chosen's a total idiot. Daniel did him a favor.
I was just about to say, if anything, he made his business more profitable, but now they know he's a fraud.
Yeah, he thinks he's underpaying them, he's overpaying them.
No shit.
But obviously, in real life, Chosen wouldn't be that stupid, but the people making the movie are.
Yeah, yeah.
Because how else would Daniel discover it by snapping a cheap little whatever fake thing, right? But you couldn't snap a heavier one. How would that make any sense? And who would even know that it's heavier? Because you couldn't snap it at all if it was normal, right?
Right.
Yeah, so the whole thing is wrong.
Never caught on to that.
Yeah, wild, man.
Very good. Wow, you're good.
God, I'm good. I keep saying that. So, Chosen kicks Daniel in the stomach for this, and we find out that he's Sato's, or Sato's as you say, it's Sato's #1 student.
Yeah.
So he is the Johnny Lawrence of this movie, and not only that, he's like Chris even pointed out in the last movie. He said, "Look when Daniel pulled that crane kick crap on this guy on a real karate guy, and look how well that went compared to Johnny." So I guess, could we all agree that
Chosen would beat the shit out of Johnny?
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, Chosen, underrated name. Like,
it's great.
Chosen with a Z. Like, that's a
Z,
pretty badass name. Like, that's a fucking kick-ass name, literally.
It even sounds like it should be on Mortal Kombat. Chosen.
Yeah, fucking, he would pummel fucking Johnny Lawrence.
Chris, when you take a girl out, now that you're a player, do you blast The Glory of Love on your first day with her?
No, I play Cannibal Corpse and make her suck it now until she chokes. I'm like, Mom.
Then kicks her out of the car.
They show Daniel and Yukie going to that castle, and they're playing The Glory of Love, that song. You don't understand, dude. That song was a fucking smash when it came out. It hit #1 on the fucking top 40 charts.
Are you kidding?
No, I swear to God. It was huge, that song. Because of this movie, yes.
Is that the song that also plays during the end credits? I was going to say, there's something that sounds a little boppy like that.
But the song that plays when they go run up to the castle and shit, that was the #1 song in the country for 2 weeks at that point.
Now, did you guys both feel that castle was fake and it seemed like green screen or something? But then when they show it later, it seems, oh wow, we're at that point.
Yeah,
wow.
So right there, it looks real. The shot before it looks like a matte painting.
Right. Like, it doesn't look like it's really there.
Yeah, but the water makes you think otherwise.
During certain scenes.
Yeah.
But then when they show it, when they actually get to do their celebration in there, it looks real.
Yeah.
But I think they zoom in a little bit more, as if it's not a part of where they're walking right now.
Okay, so yeah, it looks fake right there.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that thing is not really where they're running. That area is not really where they're running, but they wanted to combine it, I guess.
So that actually checks out, because this is supposed to be in Japan and they filmed this in Hawaii. So it isn't really there.
There you go.
Boom.
God, I'm good.
Can I get a fucking assist on that one?
Yes. Yeah, you're the alley-ooper, dude. So yeah, they leave there, and they go to this bar where these guys are chopping slabs of ice while this guy is chopping through the ice, and he only gets through 3 of them. Daniel's standing a foot away from him, and he's going, "See, no, he doesn't get it. It's not about how strong you are here." He's pointing to his bicep. And then he goes, "It's how strong you are here," pointing to his head. Would you not cave his fucking face in if you were that guy?
He goes, "You think you can do better, Big Mouth? You think you can do better?" And then they put 6 slabs down.
Right. The guy couldn't get through 3.
Oh, 6! Chosen just like appears out of thin air at that moment.
That's what I mean.
Fucking there instantly.
They just saw him doing the thing. Yeah, he shows up. I had this written out, and then he's like, "Call my uncle," and then he's there in a minute. Miyagi, and even though
they all show up,
they're all in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Well, they actually set up Miyagi because it goes, "Hey, yeah, we might run into him." Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'll take this moment to throw out the black guy who Chris was talking about. Goose's replacement in Top Gun. For anybody who might probably get mad at us for not pointing that out.
Goose is, yeah.
After Goose kicks the bucket, he has a very distinct voice that Chris was doing perfectly. His voice is very like he's got.
He sounds very white.
I was going to say,
you think you can do better, Big Mouth?
Yeah, hey man. He sounds almost like how Johnny and Tommy do in the beginning of this. Like,
oh yeah,
you're sick, man.
You're sick, man. Yeah, Johnny's voice went high for this movie.
This though, I mean, I know we don't do favorite scenes. This is probably my favorite scene of this movie, though. I think mostly because that song I sent, that ironically is from the Moody Blues.
They play it right now, you said, right?
Yeah, they're playing that over.
We're watching it right now.
Yeah, this song kicks ass.
Let's just stop doing this and do an audio commentary.
We might as well at this point, honestly. They are loads of fun. They are fucking fun.
We're making too much effort here.
I mean, 3 we could do a commentary.
Maybe we will. Let's do a commentary for... Oh, dude, it'll mirror a classic Skeleton Crew moment.
What?
When we did this Scream retrospective.
I knew it was going to be Scream. I was going to say, for some reason, when you said that, Scream was... And then 3 was the commentary.
3 was the commentary.
The legendary one.
We're legendary. So we have the ability, the possibility to make it a legendary commentary because it might mirror the history of this whole thing.
And one of us might throw up on air.
And Ghoul just said, how did none of us ever throw up on the show?
Oh my God, Jesus. That's right.
So, of course, Daniel does this breathing weird thing with Miyagi.
The focus
breathing. Do any of you believe... Now, did you guys notice that behind those blocks of ice was like the wall of this thing? So you couldn't even go through freely with your hand. You had to stop before you went too far with your hand. Otherwise, you'd hit the fucking wall behind the ice.
Yeah, like the wooden...
No, I didn't notice that. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying like the length of his fingers would have hit this wall?
If he just does whatever he wants.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. So he has to reserve himself, and that would make it 100 times harder. So he does it, he gets the $600, and then Chosen's like, "We don't pay coward bet." And then he's like, don't embarrass me again, you know.
Don't embarrass Uncle again.
Right. So why is Chosen his uncle? I mean, his nephew. What's with the uncle nephew thing? Why didn't they make him his dad?
I feel like that was like a thing back in the 80s. They always had weird like uncle and nephew relationships. Is like for like they always wanted to have like absentee or like dead fathers for people.
It's weird though. Like, okay, well, go home to your dad now.
I never even thought of that.
Like, what does your dad think about this?
He probably doesn't have one, maybe. His dad's gone.
Do not embarrass Uncle again.
Dude, I was gonna say, if they didn't make him into a goofball in Cobra Kai, I would have loved a Chosen spinoff.
How do you guys feel about that they made him a goofball?
I don't even want to talk about that.
I didn't mind it at first, but after you rewatch this movie, you're like, where did that fucking lunatic go?
Just like Mike Barnes.
Yeah, right, yeah, like, and I have a lot to say about.
Yeah, now he's selling furniture.
Right.
Yeah. And then they always say, oh, like, Yeah, Daniel, I always meant to apologize. The only one who never does that is Johnny, because as we see in Cobra Kai, he tells the story to Miguel about how he's like, oh, yeah, a guy came out of nowhere, stole my girlfriend, ruined my life. Like, he hasn't been like, Daniel, like, I'm sorry for what I did to you. But yeah, these guys always end up, like, reverting to normal whatever. I'm like, you're telling me Chosen wouldn't go back to bullying every one of these fucking citizens after Daniel leaves?
Yeah, how does Chosen go from this movie to the Cobra Kai character?
I'm confused!
So how did this asshole walk out of this place with nobody smashing him over the head with a board and taking that?
In a place like that, yeah, holy shit. Especially with all those, like, American guys, because those guys are supposed to be military, I believe. They would 100% punk out fucking Daniel.
They would kill him.
Yeah,
Right.
like...
Even, what's his name from Stand By Me said, if either of you assholes had $2,000, I'd kill you both.
yeah.
Like, yet nobody kills Daniel as soon as he steps out of that door.
No.
I find that very hard to believe in Okinawa.
Oh, agreed.
All right, so like this gang decides to destroy Miyagi's family's home because Miyagi won't fight Sato. Daniel tries to like stop it, and he goes to stab Chosen with a spear.
Crazy.
And then he totally like reverses it and chokes him out.
fucks him up.
Miyagi goes, Uncle have problem with Miyagi, not with boy. And Chosen goes, you have problem, old man, with me. I love that line. He's like, fuck you, dude. Come get some.
I would say, again, the Chosen is a fucking lunatic. And
Yes.
like, holy
He's
shit.
amazing.
Oh,
You dance very nice. Like geisha.
Let's go.
His little teacher's favorite technique, huh? Let's go.
Hey, come on, give me the drum back, please.
Oh, you mean a baby rattle?
Come on.
Why don't baby come take it back?
Oh, man, come. 잠시나요.
Hey,
Daniel-san, are you okay?
you insult my honor again. And I kill you.
Drop him. I don't know.
Well, let's just find out, huh?
Maybe some other time.
There is no other time.
So whatever problems Mr. Miyagi has with your uncle, they don't have to be ours. Let me ask.
Oh, we have our own, huh?
Hey, Kumiko, where you going?
You go nowhere. Call my uncle. You take a bet. Yes! I give 3 to 1, eh?
What? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You'll have a choice. Broken ice or broken neck.
Hey, you've got to break all 3, right?
Wrong! Or 6.
What do you think of how Chosen always responds to Daniel's stuff? Like he's like, "Come on, man, this is all my money." He goes, "It's all my money."
yeah.
And then he goes, "Listen, if you got a problem, my uncle, that has nothing to do with me." He goes, "We have our own problems."
Yep.
Like he always has a response to, like he literally listens to Daniel and like gives him a real answer.
Yeah, and then when he goes to leave, he's like, no, or he says like whatever, like no, you're staying here kind of thing. Like he's just a fucking lunatic.
Oh, no, not again. Hey, I'm not looking for any trouble.
Maybe trouble looking for you.
What do you want from me?
My money back.
Oh, come on, man. It's all my money.
No, all my money. Don't worry about the little friend, huh? We take her home. 俺たちが面倒見てやるよ.
And is Daniel the best dancer ever when they're in that fucking bar and they're playing fucking Rock Around the Clock or whatever it is, and he's doing that fucking air guitar thing?
Yeah, it's like he does
my
the full
God.
50, like, oh my god.
It's so bad.
So bad, dude.
And they probably had to choreograph that shit.
Oh, for sure, dude. It's terrible.
Yeah, all right, we're filming the dance scene.
So when they're destroying Miyagi's family's home, as a kid, I thought this was like so devastating.
Yeah,
It's pretty fucked up. It is a pretty fucked up scene.
In reality, as 45 Alex watching this, it's not that insane.
Well,
it's horrible.
Well, this begins with Sato coming like to the house with Chosen, and then he leaves, and then he basically chooses Chosen to fucking just go wreak havoc.
I know.
So that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But it's pretty fucked up.
It is. But as a kid, this was so dark to me.
Yeah.
See, I still view it that way when I watch it now, because it's like this centuries old home of the Miyagi family, and they just fucking desecrate it.
I guess I didn't think they did as much damage as I thought when I was a kid.
They take those plants and bust them and throw the plants to that fucking paper mache walls or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, that was devastating to me as a kid.
Yeah.
I know, because you're watching it thinking like, how are they going to rebuild that? But it's just like paper. It's fucking paper.
Yeah.
Put more paper mache there.
It's okay. I have newspaper.
I didn't read this newspaper. It's fresh. I give Chosen total credit. As a kid, terrifying.
I'd never want to be near that guy.
I don't want to be near him. Now, at my age, I was like, he's not that bad. You know, like, isn't that weird? Like, he only kicked Daniel in the stomach. He only tried to get his $600 back. He only did this. He only did that. He was kind of pissed that you broke his weight. You know, like, it wasn't that big of a deal. He didn't do anything as horrific as I thought he did when I was 10.
Well, that's the thing. When we're kids, yeah, we root for the good guys. But then when we get older, we realize that sometimes bad guys are a little misunderstood. They were just doing things, following orders. I mean, the same thing for the Cobras in the first one. They were just doing that because they were fucking being trained by a lunatic.
By John Kreese.
Yeah,
right.
Lunatics. And then eventually they realized Chosen, obviously the same way because they, whatever, but also he just seems generally insane. Did you guys realize that apparently the one thing in Karate Kid history that happens during the scene?
What scene? The house scene?
The house scene.
Miyagi.
That's me. It's something with Miyagi.
He gets hit.
Yep.
Oh, when he gets hit on the back with that fucking...
That's the only time someone gets a hit
actually
on Miyagi.
makes contact with him.
Yeah.
But nothing happens. Like, he gets hit, and he immediately just turns around.
Exactly. Yeah. He eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did notice that. As Miyagi and Daniel walk away after all the destruction, instead of saying, "Tomorrow we fix this place," Miyagi says, "Tomorrow we go home." It's like, wait a minute.
He's just gonna be like, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, your family's place just had flower pots thrown through the paper mache windows and smashed all these things and destroyed everything, but instead of saying tomorrow we'll fix it all before we leave or anything like that, you just say, nah, well, we're getting the fuck out of here. Who cares?
For a guy who talks so much about honor, he's gonna leave his ancient family home in fucking ruins?
You guys don't think that's weird for Miyagi? Shouldn't that have been brought up in Cobra Kai to show that he's a piece of shit or something?
He throws in the towel every time.
He is a quitter.
He's
a coward.
Well, it's funny too, because like, do they bring back the "no be there" thing in Cobra Kai at one point that he talks about in this
defense, no be there.
Yeah, they bring that back in Cobra Kai at one point, right?
I'm sure they do. They bring everything back in Cobra Kai.
I can't remember all 60 episodes.
Jeez.
But yeah, I guess so. So Sato bulldozes the village. Like, that is insanity, dude. And Miyagi says, okay, fine, I'll fight you. Jesus Christ. And he agrees to fight him.
Yeah.
Who hires a tiny little girl to ring a bell if a storm that is...
Tsunami?
The tsunami. Who hires a little girl to ring the bell and she has to stay up there ringing it as to alert the people that a storm...
I was gonna say, do they say this is a
yeah, why does she have to keep ringing the bell when the storm's been there for like a fucking hour?
Yeah, I think, they know.
Yeah, you'd think the fucking... Yeah, storm's here, yet she's still up there ringing the goddamn bell.
Yeah, no, we get it.
So not much. Not
It's
very
like
advanced.
it's like having an alarm clock going off when you're in the bathroom, like shaving. Someone hold a fucking alarm clock. Yeah, I know. I'm up. I got it. I got
a
it.
fucking timer.
God forbid you get a 18 or 40 to 45-year-old man to do this. Let's get a 12-year-old girl.
Equal opportunities.
The hut that Sato and Chosen happen to be hanging out in collapses during the storm.
Yeah, and then he has to use Sato's technique to break him out.
What do you think about Chosen just going, yeah, he's dead? And he runs into the protected house. And then...
There's classic showcase, he's just a fucking coward at heart. Or they want you to think. I don't think he really is. I think it's pretty ice cold to leave your Uncle lying dead when you know he's not really dead. It's like fucking... You're a fucking psycho.
He's not even dead.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre. And then Miyagi goes to save him, and he calls him a coward the whole time.
Yeah. Coward. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
Doesn't he say something about this is the only way he can beat him or something like that?
Only way you can defeat me.
Yeah. Dude, he's fucking Shredder. Like, he's straight up Shredder.
He doesn't help Daniel to save the girl in the tower.
Well, I was gonna say, you gotta do all
Yeah, it's so funny. Instantly, he's like, nope.
Yeah.
They're my boys now.
Disowns
It's on.
Chosen.
Yeah.
Disowns Chosen in that hut. And then Chosen runs off into the storm. It doesn't die somehow.
Right.
Doesn't die.
And then he fucking, next day, it's fucking,
Yeah, I thought I was watching a Christmas Carol here.
Yeah, right, exactly,
I was like,
yeah.
How is Sato a totally changed man?
Right, yeah.
Just because these guys saved him.
Right.
And obviously, Miyagi, right as we're watching right now, chops the board that Sato... it's not the board.
It's not, but it's something... It's like proving that, he did it before me, fuck.
Sato has been How'd you feel when Sato was chopping that gigantic board over and over in his backyard?
Dude, that hurt my hand just looking at it.
I was going to say, every time I watch this movie, it makes my fucking hand hurt. So I can imagine just chopping some goddamn wooden beam over and over. It would shatter your fucking bone right here.
Yeah, your hand would look like a fucking claw. Like,
Yes.
Why would your little bones and flesh get through that piece of wood?
right. Like, it's in like.
Let's compare it to Kurt Sloan kicking the palm tree.
Don't even bring that up.
Or Tong Po kicking the fucking concrete beam.
Well, he didn't think he was gonna break that. That was just to toughen up the skin on his shin.
But still, like the idea of putting yourself through that is ugh.
Oh my god.
So they held the skeleton dance at that palace or whatever you want to
The bone dance.
Skeleton bone dance?
Yeah, they call it old bone dance.
Old bone? I thought it was skeleton. I wrote skeleton.
The skeleton crew dance.
The skeleton crew. They danced to our show. They played the old stuff from 2014.
They played Buckethead and dance. Soothsayer.
Chris is like, what are you guys talking about?
No, I know what you're fucking talking about.
I only listen to Banana Laser. Tell me that Chosen sliding down the wire of those lights.
Nobody saw him.
Yeah, nope.
No one saw him coming.
Yeah, 5 foot fucking 11 man.
Dude, he fucking ripped off, or he was the precursor to fucking Scorpion from Mortal Kombat and Sting.
Yeah, he slides down these lights. It's like popping each one as he goes. To me, as a kid, iconic.
That's fucking
That
killer.
is a fantastic visual to
Yeah.
see him behind them sliding in, and he's kind of like blurred.
You're right.
He's not totally in focus, and you see it, and you're like, oh wait, what the fuck's going on? And by the time you realize what's happening, there he is right there, and
Yep,
it's
too
fucking
late.
on right there. Yeah.
So we get this whole thing. Daniel has to defend her. He has to throw the bridge in the water and all that stuff. And it's just the three of them on this island of sorts. where they're gonna have this battle, basically a big mat.
It's
if you
got
want
that
to compare
butterfly knife. It's fucking amazing. The way he whips that thing out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So talk about the final fight.
Oof. This is like for like this is rated PG, right?
Yep.
Pretty fucking brutal for a PG movie, like a kids-oriented movie, at least to me.
Daniel-san, this is not tournament. This is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys get the chills when he says that?
Not the chills, but I get the
not really
weight of
at
it.
that part, but it definitely elevates the intensity of that scene for sure when he says that.
I really like when Daniel throws the bridge off, because that's like he's like, all
That's
right,
like, yeah, exactly.
we're in this
Like,
motherfucker.
it's fucking on, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, we're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
going in. Yeah,
No refs, no teammates,
yeah, like it's just
no announcers. It's fucking
Yeah.
like do or die.
Mm-hmm.
And Chosen fucking.
I was gonna say he
backhands that bitch.
fucking hits her pretty tough.
Dude, chicks love that shit, dude.
No, I will say though, fucking, they fuck each other up, like Daniel and Chosen. They do
Dude,
it
I
like
like how they do the crane kick at the very beginning, just to almost like get it out of the way. Like, okay,
yeah.
motherfucker, this ain't working on me.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
not
try
his-
this shit. Boom, fuck you. Try something else.
Yeah, it's not his. It's not his ultimate move. Like, it don't work on me. Yeah, but the fucking way Daniel beats the shit out of Chosen with the fucking drum thing.
Oh, at the end? Oh, yeah, dude.
He fucks him up, and then you have the unfortunate ending.
Well, as an adult now watching it, when they all pull the drums out, it's a little corny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ghoul, how many slabs of ice are you chopping through, not out of 6, out of 5, for Karate Kid 2?
All right. Again, not my favorite of the OG trilogy, which obviously gives away something, but a very important one to this and also Cobra Kai. I will say it. There's no way we can talk about these movies without talking about Cobra Kai anymore, right? Like and I will hopefully finish that final season at some point, but for the most part, I've seen just about all of it, and you can't fucking connective tissue with all these things.
No, it's great. I love adding it in.
It's a great companion
It usually
piece.
helps. Yeah.
Yeah, this one out of the original 3 is not my favorite either, but it is very enjoyable. It is definitely Miyagi's movie more than Daniel's, but you get fucking Sato and Chosen, one of our best 80s villains of all time. It's fun. It is very immersive, as we were talking about, with like just they let the scenes breathe. You intake the background of everything, like where you're at. Like you actually believe you're in Okinawa, even if you've never been there, even though it's not Okinawa.
Where are you, Hawaii? you
Yeah,
said?
Hawaii. Yeah,
That's cool too. I think you gave Karate Kid a 4.
I did. This one's a 3.75.
Isn't that funny? Like, you couldn't possibly give Karate Kid something and give this the same, right?
If they did a little bit more with Daniel and Chosen, I could probably see this going a little higher. But no, I understand.
Like one more interaction.
One more, yeah. But I understand this being more so about Miyagi than it is about Daniel. I totally get it. It is what it is. 3.75, not in a bad thing. Obviously, we fucking love these movies. So, yeah, 3.75, ice blocks, karate chopped.
All right, in a bar after telling everybody that it's about your mind,
It's all about your mind.
not your biceps.
Nope.
Yeah, wow, you put me at a weird crossroads because my honest thought is that I enjoy this movie this time more than ever.
Really?
And as I was telling Chris, that it's insanely clear that this is the most breathed edit of a movie I've ever seen in my life. I appreciated it for that fact. And I understood why that decision was made. This movie had to have breathing. A choppy edit to keep you engaged in the Rocky Four way. To do that would have been a disservice to this movie. And I don't think you would have felt the impact. And because it's Miyagi and because you're in Okinawa, it had to be slower than America and about Daniel. Because with youth, there's speed, and with age, there is not.
Wow, look at you fucking throwing some wisdom.
Right? Like, it all kind of organically works, right?
You're right.
Yeah, like, you can't fight nature in that sense. And you know, and perspective and all that stuff. So when I watched it, I really took it all in, and I wouldn't shave a minute out of it. I'm going to rate it the same way as Karate Kid. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Good. Do it.
I really like it.
Good.
Yeah.
Be honest to yourself. It's all about honor.
Yeah, I'm chopping 4 out of 5 ice slabs.
Damn. Stronger than me.
So, Chris, in a random, crowded
Bar
or whatever, how many ice slabs are you chopping out of 5 for Karate Kid 2?
So when this movie came out, like I said earlier, I was 10, and I feel like the fever pitch for the first Karate Kid had just like reached like peak level, almost like that year, maybe like 6 months prior to when this came out. Because do you guys remember at the schools you went to, did you ever have those book fairs?
Oh, yeah.
You could like go just like pick out a book off the shelf. Okay, so I bought fucking Karate Kid Part 2. Literally.
You actually had the novelization?
Yes,
That's
literally.
awesome.
I bought it as this movie came out. So I read it before I actually saw the movie. So there was a few parts in the film or in the book that weren't actually included in the movie. So it was kind of weird. Anyway, my whole point is I was like at fever pitch level for Karate Kid when this movie came out. So came out, saw in theater. I was like dying to see it. The trailer, you know, which back then, you know, you couldn't just hop online and watch trailers. You would have to catch a goddamn commercial. Right? No, or you'd have to, you know, see a commercial on TV when it aired. So I would see it and be like, oh my God, I want to see that. So I went to go see it, saw it, fucking loved it. And it just felt a little bit more real, I guess, compared to the first. Yeah.
Adult.
Just because of the setting, you know, because they're in Japan.
Yeah, Hawaii was
and
nice.
Because of the because of the whole Okinawa thing and all that stuff, it just felt more like raw. I loved it ever since I first saw it. I can't even put a number on how many times I've seen this movie. 50, 60, 70. I have no idea.
70 times?
Yeah, because this is one of those movies I had on tape back in the 80s, and then I would just watch over and over and over because I had it.
Wow.
So yeah, I've probably seen this movie 70 times. And I think it's great. Do I think it's as good as the first one? No.
So are you going to rate it different?
Yeah, I give the first one a 5. All things being equal, I will give this one 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, dude, I thought you were going to go for another 5.
No, 4.5.
Oh.
It's really, really, really good, but it's not the same as the first one.
I had a feeling this one was your favorite after I said on Karate 1 that that wasn't my favorite. Clearly, obviously, 3 is my favorite, but we'll get into that.
Oh, wow. Is it really?
I love Mike Barnes so much.
Yes!
I fucking love Mike Barnes and Terry
Barnes
Silver.
is amazing.
Dude, he loves furniture salesmen.
No, I love fucking psychotic lunatic villains, and Terry Silver and Mike Barnes are 2 of the best.
So guys, 2 weeks from now,
Get your dojos ready. Bad Boy Karate is coming.
Cobra Kai is coming back. All right, guys. So yeah, tune in for Daniel LaRusso, Mr. Miyagi, John Kreese, believe it or not, Terry Silver, And John, I guess they couldn't think of any other names, Barnes.
Mike.
Dude, Barnes.
Oh, done.
What?
There are two badass
That's how drunk I am.
Barnes in cinema history. Mike
Who's
Barnes,
the other one?
the Tom Berenger from Platoon.
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Barnes.
Oh.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.